And actually, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because I know me.
And you don't have to understand my boundaries to respect them.
Well, no, I'm the president and co-founder of McShin, a person in long-term recovery from substance use disorder.
Oh, goodness.
Like, okay, I gotta work on that.
Yeah.
Like,
Celebrating my 6 months. Didn't have a cake.
Yeah.
Gosh,
oh,
you
shut
scared me.
up.
Hello, and welcome to the McShin Foundation's award-winning Given the Hope podcast, you guys. So we are actually recording this today on Wednesday, 9/14. We did have to take a week off last week from our Wednesdays in preparation for Recovery Fest, but we are back and ready to get in. So we've got a couple special guests with us here today. We've got Tallie here. She is from Maine. And Myriah. So Myriah's from here. I actually went to school with Myriah way back when. And she is actually now a Recovery Corps member. So,
Yeah.
right? So, speaking of Recovery Fest, we just had that this past Saturday. It was so much work. It was fun, but it was worth it. I feel like it was worth it. We had a brand new venue. What did you guys like about Recovery Fest?
Sure. When I first got there, I had to do something because I was hungry.
Yeah.
But the barbecue was amazing.
I did.
I really
didn't like it?
I didn't like the pickles. But I'm from Maine, guys, so
So it's a little different.
yeah, you guys put bacon on your stuff.
Who doesn't like bacon?
I do, but not on my pickles.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I had to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty valid. Okay. What did you like about Recovery Fest, Tallie?
I liked all the interaction, the speakers, the music. There was really good music there.
Literally.
What do you think?
Chris
Oh my
Miller was
God.
awesome.
Chris Miller
Yeah.
was so great. So was Traquan. So we had for those of you that don't know, we had a couple of our current participants perform live at Recovery Fest. And I just gotta say, like, and we had some people back out, and Chris Miller just jumped in, and it was like never ending.
Yeah.
At one point, he literally told me, he was like, if you need me to get back up there, I can go for another hour or two. I was like, what? You know, but it was so good. Traquan had his like studio music. I was like, okay, this is so official. I'm like, okay, we are definitely gonna have some groupies now. So,
Yeah,
no mixture babies, but
Right.
definitely, it was a great time. And I was really happy that people ventured that far out to come to Recovery Fest. Because usually we have it here at McShin, but we, ventured out and had it all the way out in Hanover. It was really picturesque.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I'm not a fan of bugs.
Nope. There wasn't that many.
You felt like that?
Yeah.
I felt like there were gnats and just things.
As soon as you stood still.
Yeah, they were just attacking me, and then I felt myself like getting in my fighting stance, like I'm ready to fight bugs. Like I don't know, I don't like them at all. They don't like me. So, but yeah, I'm really happy that it turned out pretty well, I think, and everyone looked like they had a really good time. So, but I am glad that it's over. And we're on to new and bigger and brighter.
You know what I really liked?
Yeah.
Was being sober and having fun.
Yeah. Right.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Right.
First time in a long time.
It's like it's
For
such
real.
a weird experience
Yeah.
too. Like I used to hate going to the beach, and my sponsor invited me to go to the beach with her, like over Labor Day weekend, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go because my sponsor asked me to go, and she has like a new job and she's been busy, so I was just excited to hang out with her. But then, like, once I got there and I had fun at the beach, I was like, oh, this is why.
Yep.
It's because I'm not, like, really dehydrated from being super drunk, and I'm not angry. I mean, like, I still don't really like a lot of children around me, but, like, I could deal with it a little bit better. And I don't know, like, I actually was, like, I was trying to skimboard. I was trying to see if I still had it.
Gosh, I wish I was there.
I don't really have it, you guys. I don't still have it. But it's better than I thought it was going to be. And I was just like, man, this is so weird on a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
Sober, So,
Different.
right.
way different.
Right. It's
Dance moves were a little different, soba.
right.
But
Maybe
broken down.
possibly a bit less coordinated. I don't know how that works.
Two lefties.
I just think that maybe it's the liquid courage or something. But like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'll still get down. Like we were getting down at the Labor Day cookout. But yeah, I had a great time. It made me really happy to see everyone there, like smiling. No one was fighting. No one was.
No.
Dope
My head was up the
sick.
whole time.
Yeah,
on
no
my
one was
lap.
nodding out. Like I was like, this
Very
is amazing.
first
This
for a
is
while.
so family friendly. Oh my
Yeah.
god. So it was pretty cool. But I did want to get into some things about both of you guys. We'll start with Tallie. Miss Tallie.
Let's do this.
So Tallie is from something called Operation Hope that they have in Maine and Virginia legislators. I hope you are listening. Where they don't have a lot of resources for people that want to explore recovery. So you can go to any police station. You can be super messed up. You can be high, and you just say like, "Hey, I want help," and they'll put you in a place. They pay for it. I think the only thing you have to pay for is like a plane ride home, right?
Right. So in the state of Maine, where I'm on probation, my probation officer can't violate me for dirty urines. So I can continue to get high constantly.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's like by choice, you know what I mean? So it was my choice to come here and get clean. Nobody made me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, like 10 years ago they could have violated you, but now they can't do nothing.
So what were your first thoughts of like getting on that? Did you take a plane?
I took a plane. Do you want to know about my plane?
I want to know like what were the feelings? Like, did you have like a baby growing up on you? Like,
So I missed 2 flights.
oh, did you try to miss them?
No, I got high.
Okay.
I went through customs.
Checks out.
Okay. Checks out.
Yeah. Got high, lost my goat, was like, I'm going back to get it. Went back to get it. Not leaving that. Got on a plane. I was supposed to be here at like 10 in the morning. I got here at like 5 at night.
Oh my god.
So I stood in one airport and was like, I'm not going. And then I was like, no, I'm going. So it was a back and forth kind of thing. But I made sure I had some dope when I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like when it finally dawned on you? All the drugs are gone. You're in a house full of other women, and you're like, let's talk about feelings.
Oh no. So my toddler came out. I'm still learning my feelings. Myriah,
Yeah.
I'm like a hot mess.
Yeah.
I'm up, down. I don't like feelings.
Yeah, they kind of suck a lot of the time.
But you know what? I like crying now.
Oh,
It feels good.
It's releasing.
It really is.
It's nothing like
And
a
that
nice
Frank
cry.
Oda belly, like, I'll cry all day with that.
Really?
Yeah.
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 So the breath work, you like the breath work?
Yeah. I was really not into it at first. I'm like, I'm not doing this, but I like it.
Yeah, once you do
I
it,
was
it's
really
like,
resistant at first. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm like, Myriah, I'm leaving. I'm
you're
getting
too
high.
cool for school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, you don't know anybody.
Okay, well,
I don't care.
I'll meet them. Like, what?
But I just stuck with it, and I didn't do it. I was so determined to have that clean urine for me. Like, I wanted to be clean.
Yeah. How did it feel like when you first, because I felt like it was crazy, like how did it feel the first time you had like a totally normal urine stream?
So I was asking for urines.
She was.
I was like, can I have a urine test? Can I have a urine test? They're like, not yet, not yet. And then it came up dirty. And I'm like, no way, I haven't used.
But it just probably stayed in your system for a while, right?
Yeah. So then I got my first actual clean one yesterday. I was so stoked.
Did it feel
So
great?
I'm like, oh my god, are those all?
These
like,
are
two lines
real?
everywhere. Yeah. But I knew that I hadn't used like before, but in my mind I'm like, did I? Like, did I really use?
Yeah.
Like, no, you didn't use. Like, it played mind games with me.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Well, I'm glad you stuck it out.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'm getting ready to call my PO and be like, hey.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about it, Tallie. Let's talk about it because you know I gotta get it on you a little bit.
All right.
Okay. So, Tallie, you are leaving for a week. When are you leaving?
So my last day is Friday.
Okay.
To go home. I'm gonna transfer my probation. I mean, I don't have to leave to transfer my probation, but I have to go to a funeral for somebody that passed, and come back. To be honest, I don't even want to. I want to stay, but I know I gotta go. I'm so conflicted.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Okay. Well, so my thing, and like I know we both knew one of the same people that was a past participant, and you know, it's really sad because when you go back up to Maine, I'm so happy that they have Operation Hope, but they have it probably because there's just nothing there, right? Like you come to Richmond and you have like a choice of like 10 to 15 different meetings every day,
Yeah.
you know? And there, I know when we were looking them up, it was like this one is an hour away from this one, and there might be choices of 2 or 3. And so so you don't know if you're gonna leave yet.
I mean, I'm leaving, but I don't want to.
Okay. So what's your game plan for that week?
So there's not really a good recovery community there.
Mhm.
So I'm going to keep in contact here with Mission daily. And I'm going to have my PO urine test me daily.
Hey,
I mean,
if it works, it works.
yeah. And then I'm just going to try to get back here sooner than the week. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to shoot for like 3 days. I want to cut it really short.
That's
Yeah.
smart. That's probably smart. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people from Maine that come down here for recovery and then they just never leave.
Yeah, I
Like-
don't want to leave.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not leaving. Like,
No.
first of all, I complain about the winter here, but I'm sure it's
Oh, man, it's
probably,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm sure it's way worse. Well, I really hope that you come back after a few days, because I think that you're just such like a bright energy and just, you know, I
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Oh yeah, let me talk to you, baby. Let me talk to you. You know, so I think that you just have like such a positive energy about you, and I'm excited for you to be able to transition into sober living and kind of like explore your own and make your own recovery, because it's different, like intensive. It's wonderful to set up a foundation because you don't really have to worry about anything, right? Like you've got groups all day, you've got outings planned, you've got your meetings that you have to go to. But once you're in sober living, you get access to all these different meetings, and you get to decide which ones you want, and like make more friends, and then kind of like find your niche within the recovery, because it's so big here that there's just like tons of different people that you can meet and like activities you can get into. You can like do recovery softball, like not my thing, but like it's a thing for other people.
Right.
And so you know, so it's just, I'm excited for you to get to experience that, and then like you for sure know that that's your choice. Like you're like, you get a home group because you're like, I love this meeting. Like this is my meeting. These are my people. You know, so I just, you know, I look forward to you being able to do that. So you can always go to my home group, you know.
Or I'll just make my own home group.
Okay. You know, okay, first of all, you just got here. You just
I
got
might
here.
just be the spotlight of this. We're taking home group members.
There you go. Oh, no. Okay. All right. So switch on over to Miss Myriah. So, Myriah, you were a participant here before. You were here earlier in the year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're a staff member.
Yeah.
Okay. And was there any type of experience that you had as a participant that you feel like now that you're a recovery board member, you have like a seat at the table, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, it was a big deal because I felt like there was a slight lack of diversity. So like once I became staff, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to make people feel more included, or like I'm gonna try to. So are there certain things that you kind of like have as a goal?
Basically, I want to remain myself, because a lot of people who come and
are starting out as participants and then they get that high grade leadership role, their whole personality changes, you know, and then the people that were here with you when you started at your bottom, you know what I mean? Like they tend to look at you differently. You know, so I just want to be the same person, you know what I'm saying? I just want to show them that this stuff really works, you know, and just be myself through it, you know, and then just help others learn through my struggle. Just keep sharing my story and keep motivating others, you know?
Yeah, that is like, I'm glad that you said that because I do see, you know, you see people that in 12-step, they might get like the black and gold tag, like taggers, or like any other pathway, like they get multiple years and sometimes can be a little condescending. And I don't think that it's intentional, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like when you get wrapped up in like the everyday operations, the ins and outs, sometimes it can feel like a bit of detachment. And that's one of the things that I always I like to go out to the intensive house on Fridays because for me that's a big part of my recovery.
Right.
Like it's amazing being able to do events and meet all these different people and be a face and a voice, but like first things first is I'm trying to be a face and a voice for the women that just got here.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, guess what? We were just sitting where I was just there.
Right.
You know, I was just there less than 18 months ago.
Right.
And I feel like when people lose that touch, that's when your recovery starts to be in danger. Because we always, John Schindler always says something about the yet. It's like, oh, I hadn't done that yet, or I'm not doing that. He's like, it's always yet because you're eligible to.
Yep.
It does not matter if I have 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Like anybody's eligible for slip up.
It's that one bad decision.
Right. Right. So it's
that
like
one wrong thought.
right, and like
really
you
bad.
just obsess over it, and then until it turns into an action. So it's like I think that that's a great way to like kind of keep in the forefront of like working in this field, because when we are a peer-based organization, and I think the biggest thing that makes us so effective is because we can sit there and we can talk to people and be like, look, we were right there too.
Yep.
And people believe it because they see it, you know? So, I mean, I think it's amazing that your staff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, girl. I like the me too. The two words that really excite me is the me too. So like when I can talk to somebody, I'm like just expressing how I'm feeling or whatever, and they're like, me too. You know, and it's just like you're not alone. You're not ever alone. There's always somebody that can help you, you know, and I just want to be that somebody. Pretty much.
Even if it's a shoulder to cry on.
Exactly.
Me too.
I don't know about crying on me, but
Sorry,
I'll give you a tissue. I'll hug you.
From afar.
Like this.
No, I'm playing. I am affectionate.
So I'll tell you my little motto for like right now, because I've been like, I can't like look into the future, like how am I gonna stay clean? So as weird as this is, I'm like, I'm not gonna use today, I'm gonna use tomorrow. I'm not gonna use tomorrow. You know what I mean? Every day that day comes, I'll say I'm gonna use tomorrow. Push, and then that day comes, I'm not gonna use today. You know what I mean? And that's actually worked for me.
That's
good.
That's a great thing.
I'm like,
yeah.
So I woke up this morning like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna use today. I'll use
Right.
tomorrow.
Right.
You know, and that's pushed me forward 26 days.
Look,
For real. For real.
26 days.
Yeah.
Okay. We love to see that. Yeah, and it's crazy because some days like weeks and maybe even months will go by, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still doing this.
Yep.
But then like some days I'm like, I can just make it to bed, and I might gotta go to bed at 8 p.m. You know, but if I can just make it through today, I'm tired. Like I don't know if anything will help that other than just sleeping and then wake up tomorrow and then just start it all over. But it's so weird how it'll just ebb and flow kind of like that.
Yep.
You know, so it's just, I don't know. So, okay, so what has been your favorite experience here so far? Because you went fishing, right?
Yeah.
You went fishing. You went river
Went
rafting?
fishing, went river rafting. Went
Oh, you did all the things.
Baseball game.
Okay. Soccer game? Did you go to
We went to soccer game too.
Tallie, you were here for
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And played some volleyball.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing?
That's my favorite thing.
Dr. Time.
Dr. Time.
I'm just-
No.
We love Dr. Time.
Dr. Time
We
was
do.
good.
We love you.
He was good. Honestly, it was meeting new friends. I'm done.
Okay, meeting new friends.
So before I came here, they were like, "Oh, your friends." And I said, "I don't have friends. I have acquaintances."
You
Like,
did used to say that.
yeah,
Oh my god, I
all the time.
remember that.
Mhm.
I remember that.
Yeah. And now I feel like I have friends, like, and not acquaintances.
Oh,
That's so sweet. But I really loved all the outings. Let me tell you what.
Oh,
Getting out of the house.
yeah, yeah.
Getting out of the house.
Yeah. I mean, because it's a nice little bubble. It's a safe bubble.
Mhm.
It's safe. But like you do get that little itch, like, okay, can I go do something?
Yep.
Like, so I mean, I'm glad that you got to experience a bunch of different things.
But I liked that I felt safe enough to go out and not run away and go
Yeah,
go
people do
use it.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that always like hurts you a little bit. Like, hey, they hate us that much.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotta run away.
Yeah,
It
but
was just
this disease is something else though. Like what it'll tell you, it's just like,
Oh Lord.
like baby, what? Why am I doing this?
The other day, mine was saying, "I can't believe you just didn't snatch her up." And then on the other side, it was like, "You go, girl." But I was really down on myself for not snatching somebody up.
Let me tell you something.
She was upset. She
Tallie.
was so upset.
I said, I'm so disappointed in myself. I should have snatched her up, but I
Let me
didn't.
tell you something. It still gets like that, okay? Because when I tell you, I used to go like, why is this person? I think maybe I had little people syndrome or something. But like, why are you looking at me? Like, I would go out of my way. Like, I literally, okay, so I was looking at tweets and I was like, why did, like, from my phone just back years ago, I'm like, why was I like this? It was like, is it just me or is there something in the air? Does today feel like a good day to fight?
Yeah.
Like, that's just literally how I used to be. Like, I just, for no reason. So, like, when you get challenged, right, I think that's my issue. Like, why are you challenging me? Why do you feel like you can do this to me?
You wanna
Because
go
now
back.
I need to show you that you can,
Right.
right?
Trying to pull me out of character.
Right.
See?
You want to see,
You want to be Billy Badass. I'll show you Billy Badass.
right? But like you want to
But I
see
grow.
this, but it does. I will say though, there have been times. Recently, there was a time,
Yeah.
and I was like a little stunned.
This is unacceptable.
I was a little stunned, but I was really proud of myself for the way that I handled it. But I will not lie. It was crazy because I was like talking about it to my dad. And I was just like, yeah, you would have been so proud of me. And then like once we got off the phone, I was like, I can't believe I did not. I should. And it's like I'll start having visualizations. Like I'm like, no, stop visualizing that. And I started obsessing over it. And I swear, I didn't stop thinking about that for like a week. For a whole week, I kept playing it out like, and then I'm just thinking of the consequences. You would have like this could have happened. This could have happened. But mainly, I think for me, the biggest consequence would have been like, okay, well, you have like a good amount of clean time, and like you're basically showing people that nothing's changed about your behaviors, and like that would be the most embarrassing part to it for
So
me.
I play both tapes.
Right.
I play the one where I actually react.
Right.
And then I play the one where I don't. So, you might catch me giggling in the corner because I'm playing
But
that
that's
one where I
okay.
reacted.
But that's okay.
While I'm not reacting.
That's all right. I might even have to do a artistic portrait of what it is. But as long as I don't do it, it's
That's
okay.
right, yeah.
So, and what's been the most challenging? So you like the outings, you made friends. I'm so happy for you. What's been the most challenging part?
Learning myself again, learning who I am as a person, learning my feelings. My feelings are really what gets to me. Those are hard.
They're hard. They are hard.
Does it get easier?
It does. It does get easier. Because then you can start to kind of decipher like, is this my actual feeling or is this my feeling based on someone else? Or so then you kind of like get more down to the root of it. And then once you can like compartmentalize and be like, this is, I feel sad or I feel grief right now. Then it gets easier because then you don't just say, oh, I'm feeling so much. Because like when I say I'm feeling so much, all the different like words for every single emotion ever pop into my head, and then I feel overwhelmed. Just like I can't think about my future 10 years from now. I got to think about like what I want in a shorter period of time, or else I feel overwhelmed. So it's like the same thing. Like if I just say I'm feeling a lot, or now I can say like, oh, I'm feeling really sad, and even sad, I have to break that down.
Right.
I'm feeling sad because it could come from like disrespect. It could come from betrayal. For me, recently, one of my really close friends just passed away, and you know what's crazy is he never used opiates ever before in his life. So in the past few years, he had he picked up meth, and they're been all in meth now.
Yeah.
Everything. So he overdosed and died.
That's crazy.
So like I felt a lot, right? Thankfully, I found out when I was at the beach with my sponsor. So it's like I feel a lot, and then she kind of just asked me questions to kind of peel that back.
Right.
Like, are you sad? Like, what? And so now it's like, okay, well, this is grief, but then I'm grieving the loss, but then I also can think about that. Like, it's all about pulling
Yeah,
yourself
we become
back
better
happy.
equipped to handle situations.
Yeah.
Just-
Right. And then it's like you always try to get back to happy. That's what I try to do.
Yes. Yeah, I always thought emotions were sad, happy, mad. And then I come here and there's a wheel and I'm like,
There's a
oh,
lot.
oh, Lord.
There's
Like,
a lot.
okay, so I'm not just pissed.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm anxious. So yeah,
It gets
learning
easier.
a lot here. Let me tell ya.
It gets easier.
That's why I say I'm a toddler learning all over again.
It kind of is like that though. Like they say, like your brain stops developing once you start using. I don't know if it's like once you initially start or once you become dependent. I don't know. But either way, I'm
Either
screwed,
way, yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
either way, working with a child here.
Yep.
So you know,
Here.
so it takes a long time to try to get back to normal. I'm like, what is normal? What is normal even?
Because I can sit here and say I'm normal all day, every day, and somebody be like, no, you're crazy.
Yeah. Certified. or-
Yeah.
That's
I
wild.
got a PhD in crazy.
I don't know what, I just
I
feel
don't know
like
what normal is.
you're boring then. Right. You know? Yeah, I don't,
Normal
yeah.
would be like bland to me.
Right. You have to have some type of spicy.
Not me.
It's just like food. You gotta have some
Yeah.
type of seasoning to
A
it.
little hot sauce.
Yeah, something.
Something.
Something. It's very much something.
Yep.
You know? So
So no, we're not normal.
no, we're not normal, but we are recovering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we always have to remember that.
Recovering.
Yeah, because we never recovered.
Nope.
Okay. So, but it's like, it's one of those things, and that's one of the things too, like, you always have to give yourself grace. That's what I've learned. Like, it does not matter. Like, I remember my first 6 months, I was like, yeah, like the pink cloud, like, I feel like I had that. You know, I was in that, like, this is great. I'm doing great. My life is amazing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, sometimes life is not that great. Like, I'm like, okay, well, why am I so broke? Or like, you know, just like things before that would just send me over the hill. And then, you know, but now it's like, okay, well, yeah, I spazzed a little bit, but I didn't drag her.
Right.
And like for that, I gotta congratulate myself.
Yeah, give yourself kudos.
You right? Like we gotta give ourselves grace
For
because
sure.
like this is a lot of years
For
of
real.
unearthing issues, unearthing traumas. Like we can't do it all. We can't do it. We didn't become.
Yeah, do it one day at a
So
time.
remember,
easy does it.
Oh my god.
We do hit our meetings.
We work. Yeah. So and Myriah. Okay, so Myriah, what has been your favorite part of becoming a staff member here?
I really can't like just pick one. Like it all gives me like a high. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that clean high. Like I'm just excited to wake up and like okay. I will admit, my alarm goes off at 7. I don't get out of bed till like 7:45, and I just lay there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once I put my feet on the ground, I'm just like, okay, I'm excited to start this day. Like, what am I gonna learn new? What new people am I gonna come across? How can I help somebody else? You know? So I mean, like, it's just all exciting, honestly. You know,
always a hustler.
got to.
Okay, and what has been the most challenging part so far?
So, dealing with different personalities. And when I try to give suggestions, or I guess I want people to win so bad. And when I feel like you don't want it, like I want it,
You get mad.
yeah, like I gotta throw my hands up. And I hate throwing my hands up because then I get mad at myself for like, Myriah, you could have did this. You could have helped her this way, you know, but it's up to the person if they want it. But I would
Right.
drill it into you. I really
Right.
I want to hold them down and be like, recovery, activate.
Right.
Activate. You know? Like I want it so bad for other people because it worked so well for me. You know what I mean? And it's gonna continue to keep working. Like the gifts of recovery are real. Like all this happened so fast. Like I just remember getting out of jail, getting out of jail, people telling me they don't have any beds, coming to McShin saying they had a bed, doing what I was supposed to do when I got to McShin. The next thing I know, hey, you want a leadership position? You want to become staff? You know, like I got a car, I'm about to get a house. Like everything is coming back, and it feels so good. But I'm still like, I just don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, you gotta always remember,
Yes.
like as fast as it comes, you can lose it faster. You
You
can lose
know,
it
way
way faster.
Like everything
Yeah.
now I buy like for personal money, you know, and I cherish the littlest things. Like the affirmation bottle, that is sitting on my dresser.
That was a really good one.
Every time somebody comes in, I'm like, look, be careful of the bottle, my baby's sweating. Please don't dry, because I would cry.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it comes back to these feelings. Like, I'm gonna say, as far as my feelings, I don't really know how to like control. Like in my head, I fight with them. I can express them, but it's not the way I really want to express them.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm putting on like a front, you know. But at the end of the day, But at the end of the day, I really wanted to say it like that, but I really wanted to say it.
Like
Right,
I say it.
Like, yeah,
I
I
would say what I should.
yes, you know,
Yeah.
but I don't want to hurt people's feelings, you know. So I don't know. I think that's what I'm fighting with too. But at the same time, I think I'm doing a good job because nobody has came to me and said, "Oh, Myriah, you hurt my
You
feelings."
made me feel some type of
Yeah,
way.
you know what I mean? So it's always like positivity. You have two choices in life, whether to be negative or positive, and I just choose positive.
Right.
You know, I can't.
And I feel like that in turn like makes life like you're manifesting more positive
Yes.
outcomes. You know, I'm really big on like manifestation.
Mhm.
Like I feel like all the energy that you put out into the world, like that's how it comes back to you. And if you do things like with ill intent or like weird back intentions,
Mhm.
like it doesn't matter how it comes out to the public. Mama Earth knows.
Yep.
Like you know, like like
Check
the
real
universe
quick.
is gonna know,
Yep.
and it's gonna know if you're genuine. So okay, so you were so crazy, y'all. I ain't seen Myriah in like 10 years, right? So I think it was last summer.
Mhm.
Was it last summer or last fall?
When I first seen you.
Yeah, we had an event here at McShin,
Mhm.
and I saw you, and you were about to pick up 30 days,
Mhm.
and then you were at a different RCO.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened in between there and then? Did you come in January here? Did I just make that up? Might be. April?
Yes.
Wow. Right.
So between there and now,
You're close.
yeah. So between there and now, I relapsed.
Okay.
But I really don't want to consider that relapsing because I decided to use. Like honestly, I was getting so far ahead. Like I was doing everything that RCO wanted me to do, and things that made me feel great. But as soon as I accomplished those and it was time for me to like start it, I got pushed back. You know, and I didn't know how to handle life. You know, so my quickest option and the best move to make was go get high.
Yeah.
You know, and getting high
That
led me to
person's
jail.
What you know.
Getting high led me to going to jail. And I was mad about going to jail, of course, but I'm so thankful and grateful that I did go to jail because I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
You know, and I spent 3.5 months in jail. And that really was my spiritual awakening. You know, and I didn't know what it was at first. I didn't know what a spiritual awakening was, but honestly, in jail, I literally threw my hands up for a fact and said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. I can't keep doing this. I got people, and for real, myself, depending on myself.
Right.
Like, I just can't do it anymore. And then when you're surrounded by a lot of people that are going through what you've been, you're like, okay, once you start getting clean
Yeah.
and you see people that are actually going through that, you're like,
Oh, you can do that and not you?
yeah, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
wild.
And so your disease, once you get clean, your disease starts talking to you like, well, look, just get all this back, and then you can do this, you know? But I can't.
You know what I think is really messed up is that we pay people to make us sick.
Yep.
What in the?
It's crazy.
For real, like I'm gonna pay you to make me sick.
Yep.
I must be sick.
But our mind isn't getting like that.
Sick,
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy though. I mean, right? It works if you work it.
The disease is really crazy. I mean, and it's kind of like it's always one of those things like, hey, I just hit 6 months, so I bet I'm probably so recovered, y'all.
Yep.
Now I probably know how to stop.
Yeah.
When I need to stop.
Mhm.
I swear.
But the scariest thing is that people don't make it back.
Exactly. Like
You know what I'm saying?
now a relapse, it's you're playing with your life at this point. You know, it's crazy.
Why are you looking at me?
No,
Like I ain't coming back.
Are you feeling the heat?
No.
No,
I'm
I really
coming
just
back.
want to go to Maine with you.
I wish you could.
I really do.
Well,
to make
You
sure
know,
we
let's
get
talk
back.
to
You know who?
Who is expensing this?
me.
Yeah, you paying for it?
Yeah, go home.
You paying for her?
I mean,
Oh,
she
me?
can come.
Are you offering?
Yeah, she can
Okay,
go.
look at this. Look at this.
See? I said bring a silver person with me, and then I was told,
Negotiations.
no. I'm for real, because I'm coming back. Like, this is where I'm starting my life over.
And
Yeah.
since I've been here, I've seen 2 people go back to Maine and not come back.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And they're not here anymore.
Right, yeah, and I'm going back for one of those funerals too. So
It's scary.
it's actually gonna be a celebration.
a celebration of life.
Celebration of
That's
life.
nice.
So,
That's nice.
you know, maybe we can get her daughter to come back here.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the plan originally.
Yeah.
That literally is crazy. That there's nothing worse, I'll say, from working here. I think that's been my biggest challenge is like when as far as like losing loved ones and friends and all these people to addiction, you become like a little numb to it. But it's something different when like all the end of last half of last year, you know, I was out at the women's intensive house 4 days out of the week. And like working with the women and talking with them so much, and like you build these amazing relationships. Like we care so much about everybody. We care so much about everyone here, but like I'm a woman, I really care about the women, you know. And then we open up and you invest all these feelings, those feelings again. And then like the worst phone call was one of those phone calls of this person left and they didn't make it back. And I personally felt like, did we not do enough? Like that's how it made me feel.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
And it was just like this disappointment of like, man, like if we had shown more fun in recovery, or maybe if like we had shown more coping skills, like done more groups on coping skills, or like you start to think and play all these things out. And like that has been the biggest challenge is, yeah, people relapse and they're lucky enough to make it back. Like I am overjoyed, elated. I think we all are. Like we're all so happy that you made it back. But that was the worst. I mean, there's been two of them. One of them was my friend from high school who was a participant here and then relapsed and passed away. Like that is the worst feeling. It's just the worst because at this point, like we feel like family.
Yeah.
Especially when you're spending that much time together. You know?
Yeah, tell me about it.
You know?
All up in your business.
Right. Like using the bathroom.
Right.
Like, hey, you can come in. Like,
Oh, do your hair, get in here.
Right. So it's just that's been the most challenging part of it. So I think that we all just want to see you come back.
So I mean, maybe we'll just have to do another one and see
I think
when
we
Tallie
need
is back.
a
Yeah.
business meeting. See if she can have an escort.
Right. Not an escort.
Not
an escort.
Yeah. We don't live that life anymore.
Exactly.
We don't live like that anymore.
no more.
So, okay, so we did that. What? Oh, you guys, we've got some really cool stuff coming up. So you better be back by next Saturday. Okay, so this Friday, let me tell you why. Okay, so this Friday we have Ryan Hampton. He's a best-selling author, and friends of Honesty and John. He's doing a national mobilized recovery bus tour that's going around the country. There's going to be speakers. The one guy, what's his name? Eddie. Pepitone
too.
Did I say it right?
I think it's Peptone,
Pepitone.
something like that. He's a
Am I
comedian.
just adding a
What
Y?
is the Tony?
Yeah, there's no.
know. I don't know.
Pepitone?
Well,
Tony Cap.
just sometimes. So this guy, Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
It's
Not Tony.
No, I was just putting an emphasis on his last name.
Struggles
One day at a time.
He's from the Netflix series Better Buddha, and we've got Joseph Green, who was in Tipping the Pain Scale. He is a great spoken word artist. Like I love him. Like it's amazing. So we've got him, Anna David. She's a best-selling author. Also, are gonna do like some speaker sessions, and I want to say it's gonna be a slight comedy show. Did I just make that part up?
I don't.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I might have.
Just
You
have
guys.
to come and
But
find out.
I just call it manifestation. There we go. That's it. Manifesting that. But there'll be free food. We're going to have a Virginia RAP training, so Virginia Recovery Advocacy Project training here. So this Friday from 5 to 8:30 p.m., I will, we're gonna work it out. Y'all have some nice little downtime before you come out here. Plus, like, you end the day with my group. It's gonna be amazing. So it'll be really great. It's gonna be free. So everyone, please come out. We're gonna have the big tour bus out in the parking lot. Everyone's gonna have a chance to sign it, which is pretty cool. And then next Saturday, September 24th, mark your calendars. So Virginia's official Pride Fest is happening next Saturday, September 24th from 12 to 8 p.m. on Browns Island, which is where they have River Rock. It's going to be like a whole vibe, live music, a ton of vendors. So we are partnering with Point 5, which is a new store in Carytown that sells non-alcoholic beverages. And we are creating a sober space, is what it's called.
Nice.
It's going to be a whole, I just looked at the map, there's a whole section called the sober space.
I love
So,
space.
yeah, so it's going to be on the opposite side of the island as the regular bar.
Mhm.
And it's going to be for people that, would like to enjoy the festivities and all the fun without drinking any alcohol and being sober. Maybe they're sober curious, or maybe they're just the designated DD and they don't want to have to drink like a ginger ale the whole time. So she'll be out there selling some non-alcoholic beverages at her sober bar. And then I'm creating this really cool artists. I want to call it the green room. It's going to be like a VIP lounge. We're playing lots of Beyonce. We're songs straight through. No skips at all.
Break my soul. Everybody. No, I'm anyways, so oh my god. Okay, you guys, don't get me started. Okay, it will activate an entirely different persona. But it's gonna be a whole vibe. It's gonna be really cool. We'll be out there all day, and it's definitely gonna be Instagrammable. I'm making a whole oh my god, I can't wait, you guys. So yeah, please come back by next Saturday.
Well, I'm thinking maybe people will come out and just be like, don't leave, just stay. You know, talk me into stay.
Don't.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, no.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, talk me into stay.
I mean, hello. What have we been saying for the past week? Don't leave. Just stay. I want you to stay.
That's all I needed. No, I'll be back by Saturday.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm so
I could do
excited.
this all day, you guys. No, I was about to sing another song.
You're about to make me cry.
No, but seriously, Tallie, don't leave, stay. And then think about it. You don't have to worry about having a bed available because you're already in your
Okay.
You guys.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. But anyway, so yes, mobilize this Friday, September 16th from 5 to 8:30 p.m. And we will be at Virginia's official Pride Fest next Saturday, September 24th, 12 to 8 p.m. at Brown Island. So come out, have some fun with us, and can't wait for next week. Bye, you guys.
Bye.